This is a public service announcement brought to you in part by Slim Shady. The views and events expressed here are totally fucked and are not necessarily the views of anyone. However, the events and suggestions that appear on this album are not to be taken lightly. Children should not partake in the listening in this album with laces in their shoes. Slim Shady is not responsible for your actions. Upon purchasing this album, you have agreed not to try this at home. Anything else? Listen and play your position from a distance and pay attention to the political differences with wicked wizardry literature sicker than any sentence ever written, to any lyrical lyrics that anyone has ever spittin', whose flow's hotter than Hell's Kitchen. I've been plotting this for a minute ever since elementary, ditching, flippin' the gym teacher the bird, while my bus driver's screaming at me, fucking me up worst. Trying to give me the finger is like giving a spider the web. I'm just going to spin it and try to use it to my advantage. I catch a fly and that bitch you think you can't fly, you're just fooled. I give as much of a flying fuck as that Superman dude. Guess I just do what you can't do or make you look stupid and bamboozled or as confused as usual. You can get served. I can open a can of whoop ass too. You better hope you can handle the heat or stay the fuck out of Hell's Kitchen. I came to battle you back like a square fucking male chicken. Yeah, it's shady bitch. The rest can suck on a big one. I'm as despicable as Daffy Duck when I'm rapping. Recovery. Man, you got to listen to me. I'm going to dedicate my life for you. Maybe tomorrow you'll see it my way. There'll be no sorrow, only the brighter days. Just listen to the words. It's my life, I guess. In my own words, this is my story. Can't nobody tell it for me. Now let's go back. Follow me as I take you back to a place I once called home. This nifty little place I once called home, sweet home. Let me go back to my old days, when I used to walk into my high school and hand out my CDs in the hallway. I told all my teachers that I would be a rapper someday. They smiled and looked at me. Okay, that's a pretty nice dream, but you better get a real job. No way, I live what you're dreaming. I could do this while I'm sleeping. I ain't the type that will bring up your name for nothing, but please don't give me a reason. I'm on the edge now. I ain't playing with you. I was never the kid begging for help. I always thought I could do everything better myself, so I kept to myself. At the age 9, 10, 11, and 12, I started developing remedies for my mental health. I would write a verse here and there when I was angry or sad just to clear the air, but as time went on, it was weird and rare. I'm frustrated. This wasn't why I appeared to bear. I've been praised and labeled as crazed, full of crazy rage and angry teenager. Nothing can change me back. Gangsta rap made me act like a maniac. I was boostin', so influenced by music I used it as an excuse to do shit. I was stupid. No one can tell me nothing. Hip hop overwhelmed me to the point where it had me in a whole nother realm. It was like isolating myself was healthy. It felt like we was on welfare, but wealthy compelled me to excel. When school it failed me, expelled me, and when the principal would tell me I was nothing and I wouldn't amount to shit, I could never quit or be that dude that's just a dropout and not doing shit for himself. They are too quick to judge. They don't know my story, so I tell them now. Press play, shut up and listen. I look toward my goal, so I move forward. I know if I stop now, I'm proving that I'm no good. I'm a fighter, a lighter bitch. I'm on fire till I retire. I took a break to rewire my wires. I'm RoboCop back from the dead. The show don't stop till I roll over rot. I know that I'm hot. I don't need people to tell me that, not even school to hold me back and tell me that I'm a failure. In my mind, I'm a fighter. My heart's a lighter. My soul is the fluid. My flow sparks it right up. Arsenic writer. I will start shititis. Hard-headed and hot-headed. Bull-headed and pig-headed. Dick-headed. A prick. A big headache. I'm sick. Quick with it. For every lyric spitted, there are 6 critics who wait for me to slip with it. So quick, this dynamite stick buried the wick. It's going to explode any minute. Some lunatic lit it and it's not me. Do not tell me to stop yelling. When I stop writing, I quit. So stop dwelling, man. I am not failing. You fuckers are not ready. This is my destiny. I could never see myself as a fucking dropout that quits. That's stupid as shit. Just look back on every CD. Critics gave it a 3. Then 3 years later, they'd go back and re-rate it and call the Slim Shady LP the greatest. The Marshall Mathers was a classic. The Eminem show was fantastic. Encore just didn't have the caliber to match it. I guess enough time just ain't passed. Yet a couple more years. That shit'll be Illmatic, and 8 years later, I'm still at it. This is real talk. I'm proud of it. That's how I stayed out of trouble every day. Writing songs eventually gained fans who were craving it all, and now here I am contemplating it all. I'm lost. I wake up and ask, where has my time gone? So I go back to sleep and dream of the time I was still young. I'll do anything for the ones that I love. You may remember that in 1851 the New York Herald Tribune, under the sponsorship and publishing of Horace Greeley, employed as its London correspondent an obscure journalist by the name of Karl Marx. We are told that foreign correspondent Marx, stone broke, and with a family ill and undernourished, constantly appealed to Greeley and managing editor Charles Dana for an increase in his munificent salary of $5 per installment, a salary which he and Engels ungratefully labeled as the lousiest petty bourgeois cheating. But when all his financial appeals were refused, Marx looked around for other means of livelihood and fame, eventually terminating his relationship with the Tribune and devoting his talents full-time to the cause that would bequeath the world the seeds of Leninism, Stalinism, revolution, and the Cold War. If only this capitalistic New York newspaper had treated him more kindly, if only Marx had remained a foreign correspondent, history might have been different. So you see, they used to think I was crazy, now they listen to me like, maybe, man, it's been a dream, it's been a while since I've been without the passion it's been for so long now, and like I said, it's way more than just something I want to be. This ain't about me just wanting to be famous. To me it's not about wanting to make money, it's like, a part of my life now. You know, I never wanted the lifestyle. I just pray to God that my son will be alright now. I said ain't no love for the other side or anyone who ever wanted this, no joke. When I die I'm going out as the underdog who never lost hope. Let's go back, cause I've been there and I know how it feels to lose your way and lose the real you once knew that you existed, and I know how it feels to go astray and feel the pain you feel like something's missing. I've been there. I used to be the type of kid that would always think the sky is falling. Why am I so differently wired? Am I a Martian? What kind of twisted experiment am I involved in? I don't belong in this world. That's why I'm scoffing at authority, defiant, often flying off at the handle at my mom. No dad, I am non-compliant at home. At school I'm just shy and awkward. I don't need no goddamn psychologist trying to diagnose why I have all these underlying problems, thinking he can try and solve them. I'm outside chalking up drawings on the sidewalk, in the front drive talking to myself, either that or inside hiding off in the corner somewhere quiet. Trying not to be noticed, I'm crying and sobbing. I had a bad day at school. I ain't talking, some cocksucker shoved me into a locker. He said that I eyeballed him. There's not much you could do or say to faze me. People think I'm a little bit crazy. I get it from all angles. Even occasionally my friends have to step in every once in a while to save me, to make me stop and think about it before I just say things. Sometimes I forget what other people just may think. A lot of you probably wouldn't know how to take me if they heard some shit. I'd lay the tape before they erased me. I may be a little too fast-paced and racy sometimes. The average listener rewinds and plays me 22 times cause I say so many rhymes. It may seem like I'm going too fast cause my mind is racing, and I could give a fuck what category you place me. As long as when I'm pushing up daisies I'll be gone. As long as you place me amongst one of them greats, when I hit the heavenly gates I'll be cool beside Jay-Z. For every single die-hard fan who embraced me, I'm thankful for the talent in which God gave me, and I'm thankful for the environment that he placed me. Believe it or not, I thank my mom for how she raised me in the neighborhood daily. They jumped and chased me. It only made me what I am today. See, regardless of what anybody believes who hates me, you ain't going to make or break me. Try to strip me of my credibility and make me look fake. Gee, you're only going to be in for a rude awakening, cause sooner or later you haters are all going to face me, and when you face me with all the shit you've been saving to say to me, you had all this time to think about it. Now don't pussy out and try to about face me. I've been patiently waiting for the day that we finally meet in the same place to see. If I were to die, murdered in cold blood tomorrow, would you feel sorrow, or show love? Or would it matter? I could never be the leader to be better off if there ain't shit for me to feed off. I'm seesaw battling, but there's way too much at stake for me to be fake. There's too much on my plate, and I came way too far in this game to turn and walk away and not say what I got to say. What the fuck, you take me for a joke? You smoking crack? Before I do that, I'd beg em to battle me back. I'll get up before I get down, run myself in the ground before I put some whack shit out. I'm trying to smack this one out the park. 5,000 mark. You're all steady trying to drown a shark, ain't going to do nothing but piss me off. Lid to the can of whip ass, just twist me off. See me leap out, pull a piece out. Fuck shooting, I'm just trying to knock his teeth out. Fuck with me now, bitch, let's see you freestyle. Talk is cheap, motherfucker. If you really feeling froggish, leap yo, Slim, you going to let him get away with that? He tried to play you. You can't let him skate with that, man. I hate this crap. This ain't rap. This is crazy. The way we act when we confuse hip hop with real life when the music stops. Sometimes I just feel like quitting. I still might. Why do I put up this fight? Why do I still write? Sometimes it's hard enough just dealing with real life. Sometimes I want to jump on stage and just kill mics and show these people what my level of skills like, but I'm still white. Sometimes I just hate life. Something ain't right. Hit the brake lights. Case of the stage fright. Drawing a blank like I'm walking these tracks, trying to regain back the spirit I had before I go back to the same crap. Some days I just want up and call it quits. I feel like my life's like this one great big ball of shit. Man, if I could just put it into all I spit, instead of always trying to follow it, instead of always staring at this wall and shit, I can't call it shit. All I know is I'm about to hit the wall if I have to see another one of mom's alcoholic fits. That's all, that's it. I ain't dealing with another politic. I'll be damned if I was 17, battling for my freedom. They told me they had better ideas than me. I don't see em. You all said you were fans. Well, it's time you meet em. I've been learning that what's running my generation is fear. I've been learning that you cannot teach dedication to peers. I've been learning by myself. You've been very patient. I'm here. I am here finally. I've been invincible ever since I was told that being different is a gift I hold. I have been driven ever since my initial video trying to get into shows on my tippy toes. I define persistence. I'll tell you to your face as if you didn't know. So anyone trying to confirm their practice, I don't listen to talk. I observe the action. That's why I work like it's pure mechanics. Automatically swallow batteries, burp the acid. These work like magic. These bursts of passion could reverse the earth's determined axis. I left the world and I ain't returning, bastards. Soon as a verse starts, I eat it at MC's hearts. What is he thinking? How not to go against me? Smart, and it's absurd how people hang on every word. I'll probably never get the props I feel I ever deserve. I'll never be served. My spot is forever reserved. If I ever leave Earth, that would be the death of me first. In my heart of hearts, I know nothing could ever be worse. That's why I'm clever when I put together every verse. My thoughts are sporadic. I act like I'm an addict. I rap like I'm addicted to smack like I'm Kim Mathers. I don't want to go back and forth in constant battles. The fact is I would rather sit back and bomb some rappers. This is like a full-blown attack I'm launching at them. The track is on some battling raps who want some static. I don't really think that the fact that I'm slim matters. A plaque of platinum status is whack if I'm not the baddest. I live by my words. Go back to research the MapQuest. I don't receive your distractions. You rely on teamwork, but all of your teamwork had been like asses, and I can talk about the success of my own career and say I'm the fucking leader of that shit. That's that shit to turn a coward to a buddy, hoping for power above me, but I wouldn't count with your money if I was without any house or was hungry and you had thousands and thousands to fund me. I'm 17 and you are a child to me. How funny. Give me a second. All right, with independence, I built up a method. No women or men will be given a leverage of limiting anything. I don't really got to be thinking about a limit. I literally eliminate every limit who living, and nobody really wants to be giving me lip, because even all of my literacy will lift you to heaven just so I can drop you below. There hasn't been a motherfucking second that I'm not in control. You all are so goddamn weak. You should have already have known that I got loftier goals. Just because it's never been done, man, it doesn't mean that I won't make it happen. I know I will make it happen. If I said I'll make it happen, just know I will make it happen, and I haven't even received the knowledge to fail. Not pressured by the pressure. When all else is lost, I prevail. Self-taught. See, rap was my reason. Addictive personality added to the fact that I lacked what I needed. A sense of purpose, happiness even, and the more I worked, the more support I had been receiving. Made new friends that came with the cause. They asked me if I wanted to go with them. I said no, I got to go to school, and he said that ain't no problem. My homie, come on. I said no, I don't really want to go, and you can tell. He said that he was going to take me anyways, then grabbed me and pulled me into his ride as I yelled, what the hell? He said come on, get on in the ride. Let me take you to the other side. I said inhale exhale. I heard that your clientele is doing real well. My homie, you know you need to calm down before county run up in your house. You don't want to hear that though. Your good days have come and gone. I tried to tell you. Now what's your name? Tell me what's your claim to fame. You really trying to be living large like your last name was Kennedy? I tried to tell you, little man. Now how old are you? What you doing skipping school? I see you running with your lil crew out here fighting over red and blue. Now you want to claim gangs? Even heard that you bought a 9 milli man. That ain't it. You started out with chronic on the brain. Now you're smoking amphetamines. I ain't trying to sell your dreams. I'm just trying to show you that there is other ways to getting creamed. Take it from me. Just go to school. Make something of your young life. Watch it blow up. You ain't got to stop being cool. You ain't even got to stop flossing fancy jewels and fast cars. Just keep it real with your game, son. Don't forget where you came from. I fear where I'm headed. They tell me to be a kid. Don't waste these years. You'll regret it, but I'm caught in this damn root of who can be the product to stand out. I might be. I'm confident hands down nothing will happen with this unless I work the hardest I can now. Someone teach me how to balance this. It's just another one of them days where I'm sitting here trying to gather the little bits and pieces of what's on my mind, but why does it seem like I'm only searching for something that I know I will never find? Damn, it's so cold-hearted and blind for those that cannot see that the impossible is just the limit that we set in our minds. It's up to ourselves on how far we will set it. I told the world one day I would pay it back, say it on tape and lay it, record it so that one day I could play it back. I don't even know if I believe it when I'm saying that. Doubt's starting to creep in. Every day it's just so gray and black. Hope I just need a ray of that. No one sees my vision when I play it for em. They just say it's whack, but they don't know what dope is, and I don't know if I was awake or asleep when I wrote this. I don't see why you don't see like I do. I was looking out my bedroom window while up late one night when I had looked up to see this big bright flash across the night sky like a shooting star. I always wanted to have that dream, so I started writing songs. I started writing stories. It was just something about it. It just always seemed this was for me. Only the ones I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old and my story got told before the morning sun. When life was lonely, I only see my goals. I don't believe in failure. I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. Most importantly, I'll do it for the kids that want to dream. That's because I got faith that I'll make it. I pray my fate, I await it. I just hope I see another day. If you catch me, maybe I won't fall. I'll pray the pain away. Save it for a rainy day. If you catch me, maybe I won't fall. Faith, fate, I hope I make it. I made a wish and said a prayer before going to sleep. I remember as I was walking in this field, I had looked up to see this spaceship slowly starting to hover over everything for as far as I could see. I quickly turned around and ran through this chain link fence when I had woken up from out of fright to go run to my father to tell him about this dream that I had. Once I was 7 years old and my story got told. I stayed up that night writing this letter to try and warn myself about the future. Okay, so now check it out. I know that my life makes you want to run away, but there's no place to go. All the confusion, it's such an illusion, like my life is a movie and you got no place to run and hide. No matter how hard I try, there's going to be some stuff you're going to see that's going to make it hard to smile in the future through whatever you see, through all the rain and the pain. You got to keep your sense of humor. You got to be able to smile through all of this. So this one is for you and me, living out our dreams. We are right where we should be with my arms out wide. I open my eyes and now all I want to see is a sky full of lighters. For I look up to see this is only one day. It's time to rise, to take the stand, to only do what is right. Even if I had died for you, my health is to only show you. It's so crazy to see. It's like going back in time. It's up to me to make a change. If I can't change myself to become the better me, how can I be the one in 2020 when I give sight to the blind? So you see, this is it. This is what I wished for, just isn't how I envisioned it. Fame to the point of improvement. I just thought that it would be different. Something changed the minute that I got a letter from a fan that said he's been praying for me every day, and for some reason it's been weighing on my mind heavy. I don't read every letter I get, but something told me to go ahead and open it. Why would someone pray for you when they don't know you? You didn't pray for me when I was local, and as I lay these vocals I think of all the shit I had to go through just to get to where I'm at. I've already told you at least 1,000 times in these rhymes I appreciate the prayer. I've already got God on my side. It's been one hell of a ride, hasn't it? Just watching it from an opposite standpoint, man, boys got to look nuts, and that's the only word I can think of right now on how to describe it. This is like a vibe you get. God only puts us through as much as we can handle. I know sometimes you just feel tired, you feel weak. When you feel weak, you feel like you just want to give up. You got to search within you, try and find that inner strength to just pull that shit out of you, to get that motivation, to not to give up and not be a quitter, no matter how bad you want to just fall flat on your face. I know that lately I've been hard to reach. I've been too long on my own. Everybody has a private world where they can be alone. Are you calling me? Are you trying to get through? Are you reaching out for me? Like I'm reaching out for you. I know sometimes things may not always make sense to you right now. Hey, what I always tell you, straighten up, little soldier. What you crying about? You got me. It's been a ride. I had to go to that place to get to this one. Though I'm already gone, I'm still the words I left behind. I'm still a memory to make you smile, and those will be there for a while. Though I'm already gone, when you look up to the sky, just find a star that's shining bright and know I'm right there by your side. I'm still with you even though I'm gone. The ones that struggle the most have been chosen by God to be the strongest. Believe you are never alone. God is always with you. I just don't see either one of us budging. If you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? I was going to go easy on you, not to hurt your feelings. I'm only going to get this one chance. Something's wrong. I can feel it. It's just a feeling I've got, like something's about to happen. I don't know what. If that means what I think it means, we're in trouble, big trouble. And if he is the man he says he is, I'm not taking any chances. You were just what the doctor ordered. Let's pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. I could really use a wish right now. 911, what's the emergency? I need a doctor. Can someone please send me a doctor? I need a doctor to bring me back to life. When I'm back on my feet again and I'm not going to crawl again, I will learn to stand tall again. No, I'm not going to fall again. I'll learn to be strong soon. These tears will all be drying soon. These eyes will see the sun. It won't be long till I'm back on my feet again and it's time to get back to this, back to what I love. I'm not giving up. I'm just taking time to say, what's up? To my girls and to all my thugs, that's back to selling out shows, doing videos, letting all my people know I'm back and I won't lose. I'm back to put it in motion. I'm back to tell you no lies. Sit back and sip on this notion. I'm back to put it in drive. I'm back, so you better watch out when I'm back. What are you going to do when I'm back? To cause a commotion. I'm back to demoralize. Sit back and feel the emotion. I'm back to keep it alive. I'm back, so you better just watch out when I'm back as a little kid, cause I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life. Without you on my mind, I'm still standing. Oh, what a shame, man. Maybe I'm the one that caused myself this pain. I'm so lost. What does it cost to find myself? I want to feel better. They're dancing on my grave, but I'm not in there. Oh, where could I be? If you open your eyes, then you're looking right at me. Did you miss me, boys and girls? I crawled out of the underworld and I'm alive again. I'm out, well, back from the dead. Like people thought I was over. They were erasing me, but I'm like Chef Boyardee in this bitch. Go ahead and send that bomb to my mom's lawyer. I'm a problem for you. Boy, you think you're Tom Sawyer till I pull you out the storybook and stomp on you. Fucking fictional characters and fairy tales. Prepare yourself for Captain America on Ferris wheels, but it ain't fiction, it's fact. Boy, beware, it's real. Them lyrics you wield equals 0 to a hero shield. Mr. Fly by the seat of his pants. Parasail fall. Hit the trampoline. Bounce and grab a pair of stilts and I ain't wearing zilch. Zip. Zero. Nothing. No nada. You know, they ask me why I do this shit, like why the fuck I haven't given up after so many years, and then I ask myself the same question. Man, I do it for the thrill and the fact I can't sleep. Every thought that I possess is a step to this damn dream. When you got time, it doesn't come aside with a receipt, because this feeling is so old you could sell it with antiques. Like I got a laptop in my back pocket. I have selected as the title of my remarks tonight, The President and the Press. Some may suggest that this would be more naturally worded, the president versus the press, but those are not my sentiments tonight. It is true, however, that when a well-known diplomat from another country demanded recently that our State Department repudiate certain newspaper attacks on his colleagues, it was unnecessary for us to reply that this administration was not responsible for the press, for the press had already made it clear that it was not responsible for this administration. Fuck catching lightning, he struck it, screamed shut up and thundered, flipped the world upside down and made it rain upward, rewound the future to the present, paused it, don't ask how, fuck the past, motherfucker, he's the shit right now, he's the man, send the fellow shady, dang came to wrap the game up and sell it for the fame. To raise hell from hell he came, but didn't come to bore you with the Cinderella story, nor did he come to do the same. He can't afford to be a label. In this day and age and at this stage of the game, mediocrity can no longer be allowed to fly, so say bye to the old me, say hello to the new case of rock, consider it his last hurrah. The coup de grace, raise him high in the sky, keep him up, tell him it's time to bring the place alive, just to stay true to the game. See, I came up from the bottom as a hustling teen with not a penny in my pocket. All I had was a dream, and that might come off surprising. I swear it's the truth. From a third world country to a star in the booth, and you could strip me from my pride and my smile. I'll never be a failure. I will never exile. You can try to make me call surrender. Nope, I never will dial. I will never throw that flag that's failing right in the air by your mile. I'm still here and I never lost hope. I came with nothing but thoughts from another planet, a heart that you can't break and a dream that you can only imagine. I'm far from average. I doubt that you understand it. I put my pain in the paint and put it on the canvas, painted a picture so vivid. I picture my life with no limits and try my hardest to live it. Just say the word, I'll tell you what I'm about. They try and get in my head and I'm just trying to get out. It ain't an issue. I have a kid to attend to. I don't need to convince you. What's up? Do you still think about me in your dreams? It was my decision to get clean. I did it for me. Admittedly, I probably did it subliminally. For you, so I could come back a brand new me. You helped see me through. And don't realize what you did, believe me you. I've been through the ringer, but they could do little to the middle finger. I think I got a tear in my eye. I feel like the king of my world. Haters can make like bees with no stingers and drop dead. No more bee flingers, no more drama from now on. I promise to focus solely on handling my responsibilities as a father. So I solemnly swear to always treat this roof like my daughter's and raise it. You couldn't lift a single shingle on it, cause the way I feel. I'm strong enough to go to the club or the corner pub and lift the whole liquor counter up, cause I'm raising the bar. I'd shoot for the moon, but I'm too busy gazing at stars. I feel amazing and I'm not. I made it past the bullets. I got a heart of steel. I made a fortune without a wheel. I protect my heart without a shield. Driving to the money, no time to yield. When they take a day off, I'm in the building, feet up on the desk like a boss. I'm chilling. I used to bust flows out like I was a monster to these tracks. Now I'm killing the game, cruising through your lane courtside with a bitch hanging out the sunroof, saying forget going back to Cali to live and die in LA. When I'm hanging out the sunroof, saying and God shall send his one begotten son to lead the wild into the waves of a man. Remember, you came to me when I was at my lowest. You picked me up, breathed new life in me. I owe my life to you. For the life of me, I don't see why you don't see like I do, but it just dawned on me. You lost a son. Demons fighting you. It's dark. Let me turn on the lights and brighten me and enlighten you. I don't think you realize what you mean to me. Not the slightest clue, cause me and you were like a crew. I was like your sidekick. You're going to either want to fight me when I get off this fucking mic, or you're going to hug me. I'm out of options. There's nothing else I can do. It's true. Look at me. It's because these bullets in my chest are not nothing to what I've ever been through. Like the shocks after death when you fight with all your might to just not fall from out of the light. I don't speak, I float in the air wrapped in a sheet. I'm not a real person, I'm a ghost trapped in a beat, and lately I have been too long on my own. Everybody has a private world where they can be alone. Are you calling me? Are you trying to get through? Are you reaching out for me like I'm reaching out for you? Why are expectations so high? Is it the bar I set? My arms, I stretch, I can't reach a far cry from it, or it's in my grasp. As soon as I grab, squeeze, I lose my grip like the flying trapeze into the dark. I plummet. Now the sky's blackening. I know the mark's high. Butterflies rip apart my stomach, knowing that no matter what bars I come with, you're going to harp gripe, and that's a hard Vicodin to swallow. So I scrap these as pressure increases like khakis. I feel the ice cracking, because it's the curse of the standard that the first of the Mathers disc set always in search of the verse that I haven't spit yet. Will this step just be another misstep to tarnish whatever the legacy, love, or respect I've garnered? God's given me all this, still I feel no different regardless. Kids look to me as a god. This is retarded, if only they knew. It's a facade and it's exhaustive, and I try not to listen to nonsense. If you bitches are trying to strip me of my confidence, mission accomplished. I'm not God sent. Nas, Rakim, Pac, Big, James Todd Smith, and I'm not Prince. It's true, I'm a Rubik's, a beautiful mess, at times a juvenile. Yes, I goof and I jest, a flawed human. I guess I'm doing my best to not ruin your expectations and meet him. First the speed him, verse, now he's going too fast. Is he going to shout or curse out his mom? There was a time I had the world by the balls, eating out my palm every album song I was spazzing the fuck out on, and now I'm getting clowned and frowned on. The only one who's looking down on me that matters now's gone. Am I lucky to be around this long? Begs the question though, especially after the methadone is yesterday fades and the Dresden home is burnt to the ground, and all that's left of my house is the lawn. The crowds are gone and it's time to wash out the blonde. Sales decline, the curtains drawn, they're closing the set. I'm still poking my head from out behind, and everyone who has doubt has now been reminded. So take your best rhyme, outdo it, now do it 1,000 times. Now let 'em tell you the world no longer cares or gives a fuck about your rhymes, and as I grow out of sight, out of mind, I might go out of mind. How do I ever let this mic go without a fight when I made a fucking tightrope out of twine? When I do fall from these heights though, I'll be fine. I won't pout or cry or spiral down or whine. I'll decide if it's my final bow this time around. I'm only human, just like you. I've been making my mistakes. Oh, if you only knew. I don't think you should believe in me the way that you do, cause I'm terrified to let you down. Oh, if I walked on water, I would drown. Lord, please help me up. I've had enough and now I don't know who I am. This was never my plan. This is the way it was supposed to be. I took it out of your hands. I took a chance, but how am I supposed to see when I'm blinded, when I'm broken, looking for a way to escape? I can't find it, but then I'm reminded of your grace. When I say I want to know you, I'm talking about the Holy Ghost running through my blood. I'm looking for that overflow, something I can love. You think the show's over? Oh no, it's just begun. Come on, you can call me special feature. Yeah, it's nice to meet you. My name is not what you think it is. I came to teach you. Yo, I know a God who can save you, won't leave you. He don't show his face. Well, he don't really need to. I give him the glory for everything I have. He's more than just a story or something of the past. I ain't afraid to talk about it, ain't afraid to act. See, I'm just being me and I don't need a mask. You're all about the fast life, living for the money. A lot of people act like rap is tight when I'm running from the cops. See, to me that's nothing. According to you, that might mean something. That's why I give it to you in a form you understand. You've been patiently waiting to make it through all the hate, debating whether or not you can even weather the storm. As you lay on the table, they operating to save you. It's like an angel came to you, sent from the heavens above. They think they're crazy, but they're not crazy. Let's face it, shit, basically they're just playing sick. They ain't shit, they're not saying shit. Spray them 50 to the K. If you get in the way, I'll bring Dre and them with me and turn this day into fucking mayhem. You staying with me, don't let me lose you. I'm not trying to confuse you. When I let loose with this Uzi and just shoot through your Isuzu, you get the message. Am I getting through to you? You know what's coming. You motherfuckers don't even know. Do you? Take some Big and some Pac and you mix them up in a pot. Sprinkle a little Big L on top. What the fuck do you got? You got the realest and illest killers tied up in a knot. The juggernauts of this rap shit, like it or not, it's like a fight to the top just to see who die for the spot. You put your life in this, nothing like surviving a shot. Y'all know what time it is soon as he signs on this dot. Shit, what you know about death threats, cause I get a lot. Shady Records was 80 seconds away from the towers. Some cowards fucked with the wrong building. They meant to hit ours. Better evacuate all children. Nuclear showers. There's nothing spookier. You're now about to witness the power. You've been patiently waiting to make it through all the hate, debating whether or not you can even weather the storm. As you lay on the table, they operating to save you. It's like an angel came to you, sent from the heavens above. They think they're crazy, but they're not crazy. Let's face it, shit, basically they're just playing sick. They ain't shit, they're not saying shit. Spray them 50 to the K. If you get in the way, I'll bring Dre and them with me and turn this day into fucking mayhem. You staying with me, don't let me lose you. I'm not trying to confuse you. When I let loose with this Uzi and just shoot through your Isuzu, you get the message. Am I getting through to you? You know what's coming. You motherfuckers don't even know. Do you? Take some Big and some Pac and you mix them up in a pot. Sprinkle a little Big L on top. What the fuck do you got? You got the realest and illest killers tied up in a knot. The juggernauts of this rap shit, like it or not, it's like a fight to the top just to see who die for the spot. You put your life in this, nothing like surviving a shot. Y'all know what time it is soon as he signs on this dot. Shit, what you know about death threats, cause I get a lot. Shady Records was 80 seconds away from the towers. Some cowards fucked with the wrong building. They meant to hit ours. Better evacuate all children. Nuclear showers. There's nothing spookier. You're now about to witness the power. What you don't know is you got to live it to feel it. If you didn't, you wouldn't get it or see what the big deal is, why it was, and it still is, to be walking this borderline of darkness. In the city limits, it's different and it's a certain significance, a certificate of authenticity you'd never even see, but it's everything to me. It's my credibility. You'd never seen, heard, or met a real MC who's incredible or on the same pedestal as me, but yet still unsigned, having a rough time. Sit on the porch with all my friends and kick dumb rhymes. Go to work and serve MCs in the lunch line when it comes crunch time. Where did my punchlines go? Who must I show to bust my flow? Where must I go? Who must I know? Or am I just another crab in the bucket cause I ain't having no luck with this little rabbit's foot? Fuck it. maybe I need a new outlet. I'm starting to doubt shit. I'm feeling a little skeptical who I hang out with. I live like a bum. Yo, my clothes ain't about shit. At the Salvation Army trying to salvage an outfit and it's cold trying to travel this road. Plus I feel like I'm always stuck in this battling mode. My defenses are so up. The one thing I don't want is pity from no one. This city is no fun. There is no sun and it's so dark. Sometimes I just feel like I'm being pulled apart from each one of my limbs by each one of my friends. It's enough to just make me want to jump out of my skin. Sometimes I feel like a robot. Sometimes I just know not what I'm doing. I just flow right off the top of the dome. My head is a stovetop. I just explode. The kettle gets so hot. Sometimes my mouth just talks about shit that I don't get, but I've learned it's time for me to U-turn. Yo, it only takes me one time for me to get burned. I ain't failing next time. I can gain from what all I have learned. I can no longer play stupid or be immature. I got every ingredient. All I need is the courage. Like I already got the beat. All I need now are the words. I got the urge. Suddenly it's a surge. Suddenly a new burst of energy has occurred. Time to show these free world leaders the 3 1/3. I am no longer scared now. I'm free as a bird. Then I turn and cross over the median curb, hit the burbs, and all you see is a blur from the other side of this. I ain't never supposed to show it. My crew ain't supposed to know it. Even if it means going toe to toe with a Benzino, it don't matter. I'd never drag them in battles that I couldn't handle unless I absolutely have to. I'm supposed to set an example. I need to be the leader. My crew looks for me to guide them. If some shit ever just pops off, I'm supposed to be beside them. Now that other shit I tried to squash it, it was too late to stop it. There's a certain line you just don't cross, and he crossed it. I heard him say his name on a song and I just lost it. It was crazy. This should be way beyond some Jay-Z and Nas shit, and even though the battle was won, I feel like we lost it. I spent too much energy on it. Honestly, I'm exhausted and I'm so caught in it I almost feel I'm the one who caused it. This ain't what I'm in hip-hop for. It's not why I got in it. That was never my object. For someone to get killed, why would I want to destroy something I helped build? It wasn't my intentions. My intentions were good. I went through my whole career without ever mentioning it. It's just out of respect for not running my mouth and talking about something that I knew nothing about. Plus Dre told me stay out. This just wasn't my beef, so I did. I just fell back, watched and gritted my teeth while he's all over TV down talking a man who literally saved my life. Like fuck it, I understand. This is business and this shit just isn't none of my business, but still knowing this shit could pop off at any minute. Flashback to September 7th when Tupac was murdered in Vegas. He said that he predicted his own death. Let us never forget it. Should we ever live to regret it? Like the day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated in broad day by that crazed lunatic with a gun. How was I supposed to know he would go and get a gun and start shooting it off on his block? Shit, I just said it. I didn't know if he would do it or not. They don't know, do they? Who's they? For em to say. Countdown and nuclear meltdown. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can run, you can do what you want to, but you know you ain't going to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I open my window, jump to the streets and get to creeping. I can live or die. Hope I get where I'm going. Trying to hustle on my own on the spot where everybody and they pops trying to slang rocks. The root of all evil. I've seen it turn beautiful people crude and deceitful and make them do shit illegal for these Grants and Jacksons. These transactions explain a man's actions from flying over the nest to selling dope with the rest. I telepathically tell em. I'd rather go back to Cali, but this is where the game stops. Self-awareness, pride's a code, and yes, I like to wear it, but I wised up. I don't like to let no air in with a pair of gloves that I hope doesn't perish. I discovered, though, when I get holes in 'em and I let joy in, I'm in higher spirits. My mistakes are like a screaming parrot. Just repeating lyrics, I can barely bear it when I'm lost. Road is narrow, I'm looking down it like a gun's barrel. Aren't we all searching for the serum that could help us breathe and leave our state of peril? All of us have made defensive scarecrows that we scatter round our fields and treat like heroes. When they scare away the things that we should cherish, cause we're too embarrassed to admit that fear is that we're lost. Yeah, but what does it matter? I get so combative. Inside of me is a personal canvas, the paint can be splattered. Get messy when I start to get rattled. The heart of a savage, I'm quiet when I lurk in the shadows, but something don't add up. I don't want to be overdramatic, but look at the data, it's obvious that humans are fragile. We tend to get mad at the ones that call us out, but the fact is we need someone that'll be honest when we fly off the handle. I admit I throw a fit when I begin to unravel, keep my wits spin off the grid, but now I'm back in the saddle. My intent is not to rent, I like to own what I value. I could sit here on the fence or maybe pick up the paddle. I like to row against the current, that's the way that I travel. Opposite of what the grain is, got the brain of a rebel. Take initiative, I'm diligent on every level. I never could settle, I like to keep my foot on the pedal. Yeah, I'd love to pack arenas and all, but what I really want to do is learn to handle my thoughts and put the reins on 'em. Show 'em I'm the one that's the boss and pull 'em back when they get out of hand. I'm breaking they jaws, I'm taking the flaws that told me I could never evolve. Then pull a Bane on 'em, ask 'em, oh, you think you're in charge? You oughta know better, ain't no way around it, I'm flawed. The traits that I want, they say I can't afford what it cost, but I manifested this. Failing's how you grow and learn your lessons, kids. Take the worst and try to make the best of it. Cause when you fail, just know it's a test, and if you can learn to pick yourself back up again and train your brain to not be such a pessimist. It's okay to make mistakes, just don't forget that. There's a high road, but I skip the exit when I'm lost. So you see, this is more than a dream, this is more than a passion. Don't ignore what you see, this is more than just rapping. Here's a picture of me. Take a minute, now let's go backwards to a time and a place when people thought that this would never happen. Sitting in the back of the bus rapping, my emotion ain't nobody really got a clue what I want to do, and I'm like my devotion don't go nowhere unless I got my CD player with me. Everybody looking at me like I'm nuts. He ain't serious as he became a pain relief, called it my intervention, little way to release my tension. And did I mention, to all them kids that told me dog, you just so overrated, I took them haters and made them into my motivation. I got lost in the movement, I got lost in the beats. Don't just talk to the music, music's talking to me. Don't make it hard, see, it really ain't that complicated. People complicate it. Let me clear the complication. Some said the music's fly, some told me I was basic, some say shoot for the sky, some said you will never make it. Don't know what's in this mind, don't know my situation. Put my life in these lines, put my pain in these pages. Age 12, walking around with a dream that no one knows. Ain't nobody else in my zone, just me and these headphones.